Welcome back. It's Act 2, and Gertrude Dijon is dead. Either she fell out of the window while asleep, or she has been murdered, which means that one amongst us is a murderer. And since I know it's not Laura, and quite probably not Gertie, it's one of the remaining guests, or the Colonel himself, or one of the staff, who knows at this point. We must find out, however. So, the game is on. Let's go look for clues. Anything else around here? Ooh, looks like Clarence and Wilbur are over there. You are standing at the northwest corner of the house, right outside the Colonel's study. And it's 8:15. Apparently. Maybe they saw something, or heard something, or anything. Maybe they did it. I can't go on with this any longer. I must tell him about... Quiet. Let's go into the house to continue this discussion. Ooh. I don't know if that's related to the murder or not, but I want to know. No privacy here either. Come on, let's go to the dining room. They're going to the dining room to discuss something. Well, they may think they have privacy there, but in actual fact, we can spy on them there. No. I have to actually type push mirror here. Let's see if they are maybe talking about how they just killed Gertie. Seems unlikely, but who knows? We could get lucky. It's just not right. We've got to tell him about it. About what? No, it'll work out, Wilbur. I've got some plans. How are you going to replace that 100 grand we took from Henri? Where would you get that kind of money? I know people. I can do it. Trust me. Why were we so stupid as to buy into a racehorse anyway? And to use Henri's money? We should have known better. It would have worked out, Wilbur. It wasn't our fault that fucking horse broke his leg. I'm assuming that's the swear word he used. The damn horse, maybe. All I can say, Clarence, is you'd better do something fast. Because if you don't, I'm fessing up. I'll handle it, Wilbur. Just don't be stupid and say something. I've gotta go. Remember, don't say nothing. And he glides away. Yes, does everybody. Must have been a thing in the 20s. So it seems that Clarence and Wilbur took some money from the Colonel. So they're not talking about Gertie's murder. Doesn't mean they're innocent either. I mean, for all we know, maybe they're killing... they killed Gertie so they would inherit more money, which they then could use to give it back? No, wait. That doesn't make any sense, because why would you need to give it back after the Colonel dies? Okay. Well, that's perhaps not a very solid motive, but it is interesting that apparently they were doing this behind the Colonel's back. So who knows what else they might have been up to. Am I gonna die this time? No. Oh, yes. Okay, well at least we've seen that death now. That's what you get for being such a snoop, Laura. These kind of death sequences that you couldn't possibly see coming, just completely random, I hate those. I mean, it's not too bad because I knew about it, so I saved. Not guaranteed to happen again either. Let's go through here. Oh no, there's somebody in the room. Okay, let's not go through here. Who's there? Is the question. You know how they all feel about me, don't you, Polly? Ark! Well, I don't care what they think, especially Gertie and that conniving daughter of hers. I think I'll have another drink, okay, Polly? Have a drink, Ark! Cheers to ya! It's hard trying to do a voice and sound drunk at the same time. Seems like Ethel is confiding in the parrot. And it seems she doesn't like the idea of Gertie getting money. Could she have killed her? I'm just seeing murderers everyone now, am I? Maybe we can see what Ethel is up to. You might think Ethel is too drunk to kill someone, but she may have gotten drunk to forget the fact that she killed someone. You know, Polly, you really understand me, don't you? Ark, Polly, ark! Yeah, I'm sure. Ethel sits at the bar and, as usual, is hitting the booze. She seems to be taking an inordinate interest in the parrot. If only the parrot could tell us what it's heard. But we already tried that and it didn't work. Ethel is more interested in the parrot. She doesn't seem to notice you. Okay. I guess that means we can't talk to her. Might be a good idea, though, to tell someone who is willing to listen about what happened to Gertie. Like Gloria, who is, after all, Gertie's daughter and who is in here. Ooh, and it looks Clarence is in here, too. Everything all right, Gloria? I suppose, darling, let's just get on with this game. Oh, those text boxes are rather a bit too quick. They're playing billiards, it seems. I'm not entirely sure which... It's not billiards, is it? I don't know. I think I know this game, but I don't know what it's called. Let's see. It appears that Clarence and Gloria are in the middle of a game of billiards. Well, it is called billiards, apparently. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things. I know pool. That's about all. Kind of interesting, though, because we know that Gloria was going to break up with Clarence. That's probably why she seems a bit distracted. I know we should probably tell them about the deaths and everything, but no, I'm just going to go and do the usual thing. And snoop on them. You have anything else to say here? Please leave us alone, darling. Okay. We'll do that then. We'll just go see what you're saying. Another way. Spying are better. You seem distant, babe. What's the matter? Well, darling, this is very difficult. What's difficult? You and I want to end it. Are you joking or something? That's ridiculous. He took it well. No, darling, I'm not joking. I have a new beau. He's a director. I'm sure that will help your career. Yeah, well, I have to think about this. Why do you have to think about that? It's not like you have any input at this point. See you around, sweetheart. I don't think he's getting the message. And he leaves. Which does mean Gloria should still be here by herself. Yes. Gloria has a dreamy look on her face as she listens to the music playing on the Victrola. But the music for this room is half of the soundtrack, I think. Maybe now we can tell her about Gertie. How do you tell someone their mom is dead? Mother? Oh no, it can't be! What the hell are you doing with your eyebrow? You're very mean, there's nothing there! Really? So instead of checking to see where your mother might be, you're just gonna assume we're lying. I think we can't ask her about anything. Nope. Yeah, the corpse is gone. Where could it be? Well, I guess Gloria isn't interested in finding out where her mother is. But, well, I guess she doesn't know Laura, so I'm not sure if I would believe it if some friend of some relative started telling me that my mother was dead. I don't think I would dismiss it quite so easily either, but whatever. Let's see who else is around that we could maybe perhaps actually talk to. Anybody in the dining room? That's where Clarence and Wilbur went, but it doesn't look like they're here anymore. Ah, Jeeves is here, as well as Lee and Lillian. And it's 8:45. Nah, child, it ain't no use getting yourself upset. Things have a way of working themselves out. I know, silly, but it just doesn't seem right. Oh, hi, Laura. Looks like we're interrupting another conversation. Unfortunately, it's not one we can actually spy on, because this room does not have any spy holes. Could you two maybe, you know, move one room to the left and continue your conversation there? Because then we totally could. Nope, no such luck. Well, I guess we'll just have to do things the old-fashioned way, by just talking to them, I guess. Lillian and Celie seem to be having a discussion, while Celie is making tomorrow's bread on the kitchen table. How's your mama doing these days, child? Oh, you know Mother, Celie. I guess she does. How about that bread? Celie is rolling out tomorrow's bread on the kitchen table. Can we eat that? Wait till tomorrow. Okay, I guess not. Lillian might be a bit more receptive to us telling her what happened to Gertie. Let's just talk to her first, though. What you want, Laura? Finding everything okay? Yeah, including the dead bodies. Do you mind, Laura? I'd like to talk to Celie. I haven't seen Celie in a long time. Can you leave us alone, Laura? Your friend seems to be more intent on talking to Celie than with you. Perhaps you should leave. Perhaps we should. But we're not going to, because we actually do need to ask her about a bunch of things. And, yeah, we should actually tell her about... now I want to tell Lillian about Gertie. That can't be true, Laura. I'll go see. Well, that's going to be pointless, because we know that corpse isn't there anymore. A short time later. Oh, you're just imagining things, Laura. Yeah. You know, why did we tell her that the body was still there, even though we know it has been moved? Can we tell Celie about it? I'm sure you're just seeing things, girl. There's all kind of strange things you can see in the swamp. Okay. Why doesn't anybody want to believe me? Okay, well, since we're here, we might as well do our usual round of questions with Lillian. This is a real interesting old place. Do some exploring. I won't, except, you know, people have died. You see, you're not getting the same answers as before. So it helps to go through the entire list every single time. I don't know what's wrong with him. I went in to say hello, and he told me to leave him alone. He didn't used to treat me like that. You make the best bread, Celie. I just love it. Well, it'll be piping hot tomorrow morning. Okay, that was sort of random. It sounds like Lillian and the Colonel might have been close at some point. But for some reason they don't seem to be anymore. That's sort of interesting. Oh, I don't know. She's around here someplace. Probably drunk as usual. Yeah, your mom is in the bar talking to a parrot. It's not exactly something to be proud of. How about Gloria? My cousin isn't as great as she pretends to be. I happen to know she was involved in a scandal in Hollywood and will never work there again. Uh-huh. Maybe that's why she needs that new boyfriend of hers, the director. Maybe she can work there again. I wonder if that has anything to do with the medical thing that Wilbur was gonna spill the beans on, or so she thought anyway. Ask about Rudy. Rudy gambles a lot, and I think he owes a lot of money to some shady people. And he's not alone in that then, because Clarence and Wilbur were involved in a racehorse scam, so... Gloria and Rudy. I think they're both in debt to their ears and would like to get their hands on all of Uncle Henri's money if they could. But he won't listen to me. Well, the Colonel seems to be dead set on this plan, no matter how ill-advised it is. I mean, it's an hour since he announced that, and people have already started dying. Mr. Sparrow may be able to fool my uncle, but he doesn't fool me. About what? Stealing the money? How about Gloria and Clarence? We know that they just broke up after all. They deserve each other. Well, she doesn't seem to think so. Now you might think that we can ask about Ethel and Clarence, because Clarence said that Clarence said that he was gonna buy some land from Ethel, but nobody knows anything about it. I don't know anything about it. So that's kind of useless. You'd think that would make sense, but... I can't stand that man. In his own way, he's as bad as Mr. Sparrow. Well, yes, they were both involved in stealing money, so... Speaking of which, Wilbur and Clarence. Those two, I bet they're up to something. Indeed they are. How's your son doing, Silly? I'm so proud of him, Missy Lillian. He's graduating from college, you know. Oh, I didn't know she had a son. Never saw that text box before. Where was I? Gertie, who is dead, but anyway. I could care less about her. Well, she's dead, so... Also, it's couldn't care less. Oh, I hate it when people make that mistake. Clarence and Gertie. They were talking together, after all. A perfect couple. They're both sour and disagreeable. And that's a misspelled, but anyway. One of them is dead, so not really such a perfect couple, after all. I've noticed him making eyes at Fifi. I wonder if Uncle Henri knows about this. That would be interesting. How about Fifi? He's such an old fool, she's just leading him on. You may be right. She's doing an awful good job of it, though. Seemed pretty convincing to me. I think she's the reason he changed. He used to be a lot nicer to me. I couldn't possibly know. How about Jeeves and Fifi, actually? What about it? Well, you said they had something or something. I don't know. If Silly wants you to know, she can tell you herself. Yeah, she's in the room, so you can't ask. That's always the case. You can actually also ask about the dog, whom we saw in the kitchen earlier. I wonder where he is. He doesn't seem to be here now. Isn't he a great old dog, Laura? Seems nice enough, but, you know, I'm a cat person. Yeah, he's pretty great all right. Laura seems unconvinced. Okay, well, we're not really getting anywhere with finding the killer. But we'll have to continue in the next video.